Good evening and welcome to Sports Scene. Great to have your company. Now, joining me tonight, we have the lovely Miss Raiko and Jeremy Moggy, of course, who's no stranger to EMTV Sports. Welcome, guys. It's great to have your company on tonight's program.
Thanks, Godwin. Great to be here.
Hello, Godwin.
Well, Dini Rose, obviously women these days. Anyway, without any further ado, let's take a look and see what we have coming up on the show tonight. Yes, and there you have it. A great lineup for tonight's show, guys. But without any further ado, here's Dini Rose Raiko with all the weekend sporting briefs.
On tonight's sports brief, Lace-Neck Tigers are the Melanesian Rugby League champions after defeating Fiji's Nandi Aviators 40 points to 4 in the annual Melanesian Club Championship in Fiji over the weekend. And to cricket, the PIH Corporate Indoor Cricket saw eliminations over the weekend, with top 8 teams proceeding into the Super 8 match for the finals, which will take place this weekend. So if you're not doing anything, come on down to Amini Park for some good cricket. New look, new teams, and the newest season of the Port Moresby Soccer Association has seen a large influx of teams wishing to join the national capital competition. And coordinator Robert Sabadi says big plans are in place for the growth of the association.
Yeah, lots of stuff happening there over the weekend. Always great to see any PNG side doing well internationally. I have to say that the Lace-Neck Tigers winning over the weekend, it's a big boost to the people over to the Morobe province. Well done, because the Lazy Dwellers also taking part in the OFC Champions League. Moving on, speaking of the Lazy Dwellers, football this time. You guys know me, of course, from last year's program, Football First. And one of the things that this year we'll be focusing on is, of course, youth development. And I had a chat with this guy. You might recognize him, Reginald Davani, assistant coach to the PNG men's national team. And he's running his own sport academy called Centauro Sports.
JW and Jackson, yeah. Bro, hey.
Yeah, we'll be catching up with Justin Wellington later on today. But right now, we're with Reginald Davani. Reggie, I even wore my shoes.
Brother.
It's been 4 years.
Yeah, it's good, it's good. I thought you were going to run with the under-9s, but you want to go with the big boys.
I do want to go with the big boys. Plus, I think the under-9s, you know, there's a really... Thank you for wearing a Manchester United shirt, bro. Tell me, what's happening in Centauro Sports? Saw the stuff on Facebook. For those that haven't, what is happening today?
Yeah, so today is, it's our after-school sports program, soccer program. We do a range of sports, but obviously soccer's a popular one. And today is more of an exhibition day for kids to come and try out the program, the parents to come and see what it's all about. And then officially we start next Monday and Wednesdays after school. 3:30 to 5:30. 3:30 to 4:30 the young ones, and then 4:30 to 5:30 are the older ones.
Reggie, why should I bring my kids to this one?
Well, look, apart from having a good time and enjoying yourself, I think the big thing that we want to do is getting kids to try out different sports, and then it's up to them what they want to do later on in life. But the whole idea is, I think the big thing that we need to do, Papua New Guineans, we love sports, and I think now these days times have changed. You know, there's all sorts of other things that kids are looking to do now, and I think sports is very important. Growing up, I tried every sport. I played every sport. So that's what we try to do. We want kids to come down, enjoy themselves, try out a different sport, and hopefully they take it up further or just be active.
Final question. I see a number of PNG internationals. We've got Samurai from the under-23 squad. Actually, we've got a couple of under-23 boys here, Abel in them as well. And members of the senior men's national team. Great to see these guys on board. Richard as well is here.
Yeah. Look, that's another thing as well with this program, with skills development program. It's not only for the kids, it's for the coaches as well. I mean, for these young boys, it's coaching, developing as coaches, but then it's personal development, self-confidence to go out and speak in front of kids, their parents, and just communicate with a larger audience. Then amongst their own audience, they can go out and build a bit of self-confidence. Amongst their friends, they're confident, but when they get here, so this is a bit of a, so it's for real life after as well, when they go try to get a job or or if they're doing any job interview, they can be a little bit more confident. But if they want to take coaching more seriously, hopefully we can provide a bit of a pathway, and then if they're good, then they might go to PNGFA or Port Moresby Soccer Association or whatever association and coach one of the teams.
Right, Stefania, as always, a pleasure.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for coming.
So, guys, the program it actually started. It will start again this afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's gonna run for the next couple of weeks until mid-April. You know, if you guys got nothing to do. Now, you've covered a lot of cricket, haven't you?
Yep.
And there's a BSP school cricket.
Oh yes. Last week they launched the BSP School Cricket 2017, the calendar. They've reached for last year alone. They've reached over 180,000 participants across the country. For the first time, the Highlands region, the participation rate is really high, with Mount Hagen being with the highest, followed by Eastern Highlands. So
well, they had the ANU Guinea Championships last year and the year before. And there were 6 centres. You had Alotau, Madang, Eastern Highlands. Western Highlands Province. Mount Hagen sent a team down as well, including a squad, I think, from Oro. And I did ask you once about the Leoas. They had a girl from Millen Bay in there, so that's pretty exciting.
Yes, Hinamuta Philip. Yep.
It's great to see, Dini Rose, that each year these development programs that they're running is increasing, and it's good to see that they're actually reaching not just within Port Moresby but around the country as well. So it's for a good cause, I think.
Yep. For this year, they have plans to go as far as Southern Islands, because it will be the next host of the PNG Games. So
yes, we've got more coming up on cricket right after these short messages. Welcome back. You're watching Sports Scene. If you've just joined us now, BSP team visited the Babaroko Primary School with their BSP school cricket program. So let's have a look.
With a successful outreach to over 180 participants in 11 provinces since 2009, the BSP school cricket program is now venturing to other remaining centres. The Highlands region has seen a lot of interest over the past few months, and Cricket PNG is now looking at introducing the program to Southern Islands, as it will be the host of the 8th PNG Games. East New Britain has also shown interest, and Cricket PNG is already working towards establishing the development program there as well. And in the nation's capital alone, interest has been phenomenal, with the countless number of school children raising their hands to take part every year. This year is no different. In Babaroko Primary School alone, the program has already got its hands full.
We're looking at partnering with the Sports Foundation. We're partnered with them to deliver some training for staff, that's presenter and assessor. As development officers, you need these skills, bowling, batting. These are skills that you impart to students, and PNG Sports Foundation through Oceania Sports Education Program have come on board. ICC, International Cricket Council, Queensland Cricket Council, and the PNG Olympics Committee.
The development program is aimed at providing an opportunity for children to be introduced to the sport of cricket at an earlier age. In doing so, Cricket PNG will be using this as an avenue to produce professional cricketers to supply the national sides, the PNG Barramundis and the Leoas. Barramundi's youngster Dogoro Bau is a product of this program.
Especially the outset centers. If you are in Mount Hagen, Goroka, Chiwaka, I want to encourage you to take up the sport of cricket, not forgetting other centers like Lei, Madang, Millen Bay and Popondera.
And in 2016 alone, the female participation fell short by 1% to the male's 50%, and this year the BSP school cricket will strive to equalize the participation rate.
still on cricket, over the weekend, the PIH Corporate Indoor Cricket had the elimination rounds. Now, guys, you guys were there to cover this.
That's right. Jeremy and I were at the cricket grounds over the weekend, I think Saturday.
Saturday it was,
Yeah,
man,
that's
the
right.
sun was really hot. I had a chat with Charles Amini Jr. and I was complaining about the sun. It was burning, but you could tell they were having a lot of fun.
Yeah. And it was good to see the inclusion of so many other corporate houses into season 5's competition this year, and so hopefully they can expand next year. Depends. That's what Charles Amini said. Otherwise, they were in round 12 over the weekend, and next week, which is round 13, it will see their finals where Super 8s will go to play for the Cup, Clayton, and Bowl. So,
now, over the period of the competition, 50 participating teams, corporate teams.
Yeah, that's right, Diniros. Due to number of times, I believe they've cut the number down to 42. So hopefully they can bring it up to 56. Is what 56, I believe, is what Charles was saying. But the atmosphere was great, and like Jeremy said earlier, the sun was really hot, and we had to find water.
It's not very indoors since they're still playing outside.
Well, Diniros, the good thing is this is the first time, or it's been running for a few years now, but it's something new that people need to adapt to. Like, beach volleyball, we've been covering so much of beach volleyball. It's very similar to that, but this is indoor cricket. Yeah. We've had so many of these players are outdoor cricket players, and usually no one is sort of used to playing indoors.
Well, I like the concept of it because you score a run. It's a shortened crease.
Yeah.
And also you get runs deducted if you don't hit the ball. So.
Yeah. Only 16 overs, 8 aside. Yeah. So they run to the halfway mark and then back.
Yeah. Anyway, we caught up with Charles Amini, and he's part of the board executive member of indoor cricket as well as outdoor cricket, and here's what he had to say. Port Moresby Corporate Indoor Cricket Competition played their elimination rounds on Saturday in round 12. The competition saw both the men's and women's pool matches as well as the mixed pool matches. Executive member Chris Amini said it was a busy start on Saturday morning as many of the teams had to play hard to earn a spot in the finals.
The semi-finals that started last Saturday. So the semi-finals competition is divided into 3 groups. We have the Super 8s. So the Super 8s consists of the top 4 teams in each pool for both the men's and the mixed. So they're the 4 best teams, and they are now playing crisscross from across the other pools. So we started last Saturday, so this is the 3rd round. So the results are interesting thus far. So virtually, apart from Digicel and tent manufacturers, Rigor office, MP Rigor Anopala's office, Puma Energy, BSP, PIH, PAG, and BSP. They are all have won 2 games and lost 1.
He said the increase in team participation in the competition will definitely see a few changes to allow for more teams to take part.
Last season we had our biggest season that was up to 35 teams. This season we went up to 49. So the numbers have increased, and there's lots of other companies knocking on the door to play. So if we can start at 10 o'clock on both Saturday and Sunday, we can increase the number to 64. So it's out there. As you can see, there's a mixture of people that are playing here. We've got Karamas playing, and we've got Highlanders playing, and we've got Tall Eyes playing, which is good to see. To take cricket out of the stronghold of the Central Province, and you have other provinces playing. So that's been good to see.
While the winners of the weekend competition proceeded to the final round, Amini said it will be an interesting game for the Super 8s.
Well, there's 8 teams, of course. In the plate, there's 8 as well, and the bowls have 6. So the top 10 in each pool, 40 teams, are qualified for the plate, cup, and bowls. We run the outdoor competition as well. So we finish next weekend, and then we go straight into our Big Bash tournament, which starts end of March, ends end of April, and then we go into the ITI Port Moresby cricket competition for outdoor. So that goes right through to the end of September. And the indoor starts in October.
Charles Amini obviously doing a great job with cricket down here in the nation's capital, and they're hoping to expand throughout the country as well. Coming up after the break, we've got AFL, the International Cup, as well as, he mentioned it, beach volleyball. See you soon.
Following the Level 1 accreditation workshop for both AFL athletes and coaches, Pacific Development Officer Ben Drew says Mosquitoes and Binatangs are already into their 2017 season, back to training in preparations for international fixtures. He says despite preparations for national tournaments and selection processes, international matches will be the one to look at, especially the International Cup match in August.
There's quite a bit happening overseas this year. Obviously PNG Games now moved to November, so we'll be gearing up. All our regional centres are gearing up for that one, in the men and the women. It's an International Cup year, so in August 5 to 19, the Mosquitoes and the Flames, the men and the women, will be down in Melbourne competing in the International Cup with another 25 countries there, and the men are defending their title. We have the under-14 Binatangs boys heading to the Sunshine Coast in September. I think it's the 15th of September. The under-14 Curriculum's the first time we're looking at sending the under-14 girls alongside the boys together, because AFL Queensland, the invite is for boys and girls. So their under-14 youth girls champs are on at the same time. So we'll have 2 tours there. Our under-17 Curriculum girls will go to Brisbane in October. Our under-16 South Pacific contingent, so we'll have 16 boys from PNG join another 10 from other Pacific Islands in April. Okay. April 25 to May 2. That'll be at Burpengary in Brisbane.
Visiting from Australia last week, Australian Community Football Operations Manager Andrew Hughes says training for both teams will be a must, as Papua New Guinea will have to come hard this year to defend their International Cup title.
Absolutely. So the PNG Mosquitoes are the defending champions in the AFL International Cup. So in August this year, from August 5 to 19 in Melbourne, they'll play 5 games across the 2 weeks, and yeah, as defending champions, they'll all be gunning to try to knock PNG off. So it's really exciting. Every 3 years we have an international cup where we have countries from all over the world, and in 2014 was the last international cup where we had 25 teams from 18 countries across both men's and women's, and yeah, PNG are the defending champs, so it's exciting.
Now, AFL PNG is in preparations to train both the Mosquitoes and Binatangs for their international fixtures, including the International Cup. Hopefully they can retain this year, guys. So, you know, I'm looking forward to this match as well. Hopefully I can attend the event, I hope.
Cool stuff.
Yep. But anyway, over to beach volleyball, and it's been a very busy weekend, hot as well. And Jeremy, you've been at the Ella Beach.
Popped down to the beach on Sunday morning, had a chat with Karolaka, the Vice President for Fairfax Volleyball Association. They used to be very focused on the court aspect of it, whereas right now the outdoor beach with the sand and the surf nearby, you know, that's going really, really fantastic for them as well. And he said over the weekend that they're hoping that by exposing the competition, they can bring in more and more people, especially considering, you know, our Pacific Games squad, because Hazel Ruga was there. And, you know, there will come that period of time when these players that we see will transition into becoming, to an extent, coaches and referees.
I think, Jeremy, the good thing is they've done a great thing, you know, starting with under 15, under 18s, and like you said, this is the way forward to bring up the next beach volleyball players that will represent PNG, whether it's at regional competitions or international competitions, and to have such programs to you know, get our kids to come in and take part is a way forward for PNG to have representatives in the future.
In 2014, I had a chat with Jonathan Cashman for when they were doing the 3K races It's the Konodobu Canoe Club when they do their 500, 1,000 meter sprints on the side of the surf.
Yeah.
And he said, because Papua New Guinea and especially those are along the coastal areas, we've got beaches everywhere, and you can even migrate the sport to the hinterland. All you need is a place to play. Now, what Karolaka said over the weekend, because I asked him about versatility. I said, is it easier for players to make the transition from the two-man game into the six-man game? And he said, definitely. In fact, let's take a look at what Karolaka, the vice president for the Fairfax Volleyball Association, had to say.
That's why beach is, you need to be very alert, you need to be fast, your reaction should be, really up there. And once you get onto the indoor, then you carry that the mentality and the skill and the alertness and all this. She's one of our key national beach players. I believe that one day she'll, hand over, get her skills across to younger players.
Now, Diniroj, you had a chat with this guy, Jonathan Tuhu, and guys coming up after the break. Take a look at this. It's called Muay Thai.
โต้นี่ครับโต้หนักๆครับนี่นะครับโอ้โหแต่ลูกนี้ไม่ติดแขนนะนนท์นะใช่ไม่ติดแขนในก้านคอนี่ล้มเลยขนาดติดแขนยังล้มเลยอาจารย์นะ
Welcome back. You're watching Sports Scene. 25-year-old Jonathan Tuhu is a Papua New Guinean Muay Thai kickboxer who fights in the 66 to 69.5 kilograms category. Now, this young man turned heads during his fight in Australia in 2014, where he knocked out his Indonesian opponent. The win secured his ticket to Thailand, the birthplace of Muay Thai kickboxing. Have a look.
25-year-old Jonathan Tuhu is a Papua New Guinean Muay Thai kickboxer who fights in the 66 to the 69.5 kg category. This young man turned heads during his fight in Australia in 2014, where he knocked out his Indonesian opponent. The win secured his ticket to Thailand, the birthplace of Muay Thai kickboxing. Tuhu was interested in martial arts as a kid, and by 1999 he was already doing backyard karate and taekwondo trainings. Though he never really fought in a competition until 2007, at the age of 14, Tuhu took part in karate at the PNG Games in Leh. For a first-time fighter, he finished well in the semi-finals. In 2012, he transitioned from karate to Muay Thai kickboxing.
It's take long time to learn how to do Muay Thai, and it's about commitment and discipline. If you discipline yourself and you commit your time, and then you get a technique. If you not commit yourself to training, it's nothing happen. So it's totally different.
It literally translates to Thai boxing and is often referred to as the science of 8 limbs. The 8 limbs refer to the weapons allowed. Unlike ordinary kickboxing, Muay Thai permits strikes with the knees and the elbows, as well as punches and kicks. With ever-growing anticipation to try out Muay Thai, his first international fight came in 2013 in the Rest of the World vs PNG competition organized by Stanley Nandex. The then 20-year-old fought and defeated Indonesia's Alpha Tabagus and secured himself the World Kickboxing Federation Intercontinental title. And by 2014, Tuhu turned heads when he developed and utilized knockout kicks that sent most of his opponents to the floor. His fight in Newcastle displayed his strength in the art. And by 2015, he was given a spot in one of Thailand's top Muay Thai gyms, the Puketop Team Mixed Martial Arts Training Camp. And these days, he goes by the stage name Black and Gold Kazagam.
My dream, my goal is to become a world champion for that art, and then I want to bring that art to my country and get youngest boys and girls around the street.
His last fight was in Beirut against a Jordanian opponent, in which he lost by way of points. For now, he is in the country sorting out personal matters and will resume training in Thailand in 3 months' time.
Hey, so Dini Rose, how did you find Jonathan Tuhe as a person?
Well, as a person, he's shy, not well-spoken, but he's a really good fighter. I mean, you've seen his fight already. He's really, really good. I think he was training under Stanley Nandex. So some of his signature moves, they're very similar to Stanley Nandex, but he is doing Muay Thai kickboxing and not just kickboxing. So.
Now, because I met him when you just before you were doing the interview. He's not that tall.
Yep, he's very short. His opponents are, I think the last opponent he fought is about 70 to 80 centimeters taller than him. So that's.
You mean 17 to 18? Because 70 to 80 is like sky high. But
Yep.
but for a guy who isn't as tall as his other opponents, he does pretty good.
Yeah, he's really powerful.
Has he said anything about what he's doing now, now that he's back in the country? Is he looking forward to his next fight, or what's happening next for him?
Oh yeah, he's he's based in Thailand. He's attached with the Bukatop team for the mixed martial arts training camp, and he travels out of the country. He goes when he's invited to fight with other opponents. His last fight was in Beirut against a Jordanian opponent. So yeah, he's next. I think he will be in the Middle East, somewhere in the Middle East for his next fight. He didn't say much about that, but for now he'll be in the country for the next 3 months, and he will resume training again in Thailand.
Awesome.
Wow, great story, and we wish him all the best. Anyway, guys, thanks for keeping me company for the last half hour of the show. It's been great to have your company once again. But, join us again next week, Monday, if you have any sports-related stories or events that you'd like us to feature on Sports Scene. You can send us an email to sports@mtv.com.pg, or you can come up to Boroko Garden City Level 2. And I'm sure one of us, three of us, or other sports reporters, Elijah Lavette and Shane Soraya, will be more than happy to help you out. Until next time, you keep it safe. We'll see you next week. It's bye for now.